Every night I lay to sleep, I pray to the Lord, my soul you keep. If I should die, if I should die before I wake, I pray to the Lord, my soul you take.
In Rome, law and government were based off equality, no matter their race, gender, rich or poor, or so as the Roman officials said. To almost everyone, it seemed obvious that the rich were favored over the poor, more often than usual. The poor were almost always hungry and felt mistreated in that they weren't taking part enough in their own government. The poor then started getting angry, and officials were worried that they would revolt against the government or start riots in the city. Knowing that they were strong enough and had the numbers to do so, afraid, officials took control and created a system of bribery called bread and circuses. Bread and circuses included distractions for the poor to not get angry and keep away from feeling hungry and sad. They used shows, fights, and plays in the Colosseum often. Along with this, poor received free bread and grains and food, and officials reduced their prices on any food to make them happier. By using this system of bribery, Roman officials distracted the poor from feeling hungry or angry about the government. Marcus Tullius Cicero once said, "The evil was not in the bread and circuses per se, but in the willingness of the people to sell their rights as free men for full bellies, and the excitement of the games, which would serve as a distraction to them from their other human hungers."
All right, Shalom Akim. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And salutations to all you brothers out there on the highways and byways, teaching this truth and sincerity, risking your lives to do so. My name is the brother Yawadon, and I'm in the GMS Colorado camp. And I'm coming back at you with another short sit down. Try to get through as quick as possible, and I'm going to name this video Bread and Circuses, man. Okay, because that's essentially what America is. It's a giant distraction. Okay, and that's all it's designed to do is to formulate a conception of freedom and make people believe that they're truly free, which in reality they've been distracted to the point of their own self-destruction, man. And that's exactly what Rome did, and that's how Rome is the former America. That's why the scriptures link up, and that's how we know that America is indeed Babylon the Great. So, without further ado, I'm going to grab this article real quick. We're going to get through some scriptures, and then we're going to kind of make some quick points here. It says bread and circuses or bread and games for let me see, is a metonymic for a superficial means of appeasement. In the case of politics, the phrase is used to describe the generation of public approval, not through exemplary or excellent public service or public policy, but through diversion, distraction, or the mere satisfaction of the immediate, shallow requirements of a populace. All right, and that's exactly the the charade in America, just as it was in ancient Rome. In ancient Rome, they had gladiator pits, which they predominantly used the service of Israelites to fight to the death and basically provide entertainment to the masses. Okay, the under wealthy, underprivileged, robbed underclass of the elitists in Rome, and that's a lateral combination of what they're doing in America right now. These elites, these Rothschilds, have basically created a human farm in the essence of removing the physical bonds of the Israelites in slavery and chattel slavery, and circumvented an opportunity to make obscene amounts of money on the entire populace, man, even their own people. And in this country, people through that false belief of freedom, are more profitable to the elites, man, and in the system. Okay, that's why nobody in America and in these Edomite kingdoms are aware of what's going on in the world right now, and nor do they want to be aware because they're too satisfied with the satisfaction of immediate shallow requirements of the populace. Okay, that's your NFL, that's your NBA, that's your constant repeat movies that they make constantly, man. I mean, I'm not that old, lived to 21 years, and I've seen more remakes of movies than that I care to say. And that's how this society gets down. That's another thing, that if you're an Israelite and you're riding the fence and you're watching this video, that should show you that this place is not built about well-being for the population. Okay, and that should lead you to ask questions about its true intentions. All right, what are they doing? Why are they giving you the opportunity to appease your carnal flesh momentarily, whether that be with production of food and necessary items like electricity, or your own personal place, all right, so that you can be a more productive animal, so that you can be a more productive um, you know slave in their new structure, their power model that these elites and these the wicked elite have assembled, man. All right. This phrase originates from Rome in Satire X of the Roman satirical poet Juvenal. In context, the Latin panem et circumstance uh, identifies the only remaining cares of Roman populace, which no longer cares for its historical birthright or political involvement. Here, Juvenal displays his contempt for the declining heroism of contemporary Romans, using a range of different themes, including lust for power and desire for old age, to illustrate his argument. And that's precisely what it is a lust for power, man. These wicked elite, these Edomites, have no sense of equality or equity. They've enslaved their own people, okay, in their pursuit of their new world order agenda. They've enslaved all the other nations. Okay, they've reciprocated their wicked culture worldwide through the cup of wrath. They have this power structure set up globally. Now you have every nation following suit with the America, man, and the original model that was set not only in Europe but in America. All right, and it's all for a lust of money, lust of power. Okay, and they make you believe that because you have the necessary means to live, that you should feel okay, that you should not question the system or question some of the things that are going on in the world. And it's really why they won't show you any type of you know truth in the state sponsored media. Roman politicians passed laws in 140 BC to keep the votes of poorer citizens by introducing a grain dole, giving and out cheap food and entertainment. And that's exactly what they do in America. You can go to the grocery store and pick up, you know, enough food to feed your family for a few weeks, and you're appeased by that. You have your game consoles, you have, you know, the freedom to go, buy clothes and go out and get a drink or go out and live your so-called life, when in reality all it is doing is promoting not only your own self-destruction, but providing an ultimatum for the wicked elite to further their agenda. Now it's all in vain, because the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to come back and interrupt Esau's New World Order agenda abruptly. Okay, and he's going to try his best to prevent that from happening. All right, but the Lord's children are waking up. All right, starting with the elder apostles down to the senior elders in other camps and brothers in other camps. Esau cannot stop this truth from happening, man. There's no sort of bread in circuses that can prevent the elect from waking up. Okay. And if you're a part of that elect, there's nothing in this world that's going to stop you from being a profitable servant unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. And I'm not sitting here saying that brothers can't, you know, balance themselves out, because that's what the scriptures promote, man. You can't be too, toward a certain um, position. Otherwise, you'll become unbalanced and you'll stumble and fall. Okay, you can't be over righteous, and you definitely cannot be overly wicked. All right, if you want to have a good time and play some games or whatnot, that's completely okay. I'm not getting at that, but I really wanted to bring out the essence of the point, and the fact that America is completely an illusion. It's an illusion, and it was set up that way intentionally by the Most High. Okay, because remember, He's a power of both good and evil. That's Isaiah chapter 45. I'll grab that, Lord willing, in this sit down and prove that point, man. He set up the wicked elite in the left hand side to allure the energy of the masses and the world to promote their own self destruction. Okay, and it was all written in biblical prophecy. So we're going to go ahead and grab some scriptures real quick, and go ahead and further the point here, and then hopefully wrap this up momentarily. Let me see. Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Okay, and that's a direct, you know, parallel prophecy as to what would be going on in these wicked kingdoms, man. And that's the majority of the masses and two-thirds of Israel's mind state towards living in America, or living in a prominent city where they can be provided for, in the sense they have access to cheap food and entertainment. And a coon, that's all that they want, man. That's all that they would need. That's all that they'd ask for. The ability to go, have a woman, or have, multiple women, and not deal with them righteously, and vice versa with the women, not being humble, and hearkening unto their husbands, and then so on and so forth, man. Not the disassembling of the family unit. All right, the spreading of belief that it's okay to do what you want to do. All right, the lack of self discipline. All right, this American and this wicked model has, you know, furthered the agenda of the left side, man, the left hand energy, the left hand power, which is Satan, man. Okay. And that's what they say, let's go live it up now, because we're not going to live again. You only live once, or so they say. And, as a result, let's go ahead and just, do the most. Okay. Which that's not okay, man. It's contrary to what the law states. And if you live that way, you're going to be destroyed. Okay. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. And that word voluptuousness, I'll grab for a quick definition, just for brothers that may be taking this down out. Voluptuous, relating to or characterized by luxury or sensual pleasure. Okay, and that's exactly what that the world promotes, man. The world promotes carnality. That Aleister Crowley, um, you know, that Aleister Crowley, proclamation, man. That you only live once, then do as thou will, man. That demon side spirit, man. Okay. So in much voluptuousness, people are led astray, especially the Israelites, man, because they've always been false idols. There's always been heathen customs. There's always been bread and circuses in the bread of circus in previous kingdoms and captivities. Okay, and that's nothing new under the sun. All right. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot is this. Exactly, man. So the Lord's going to give over the majority of the world to this behavior. Okay, to this behavior of bread and circus, man. People are going to be content with the ability to live how they believe they want to live in America or in the world. Okay, they're not going to complain when their militaries are, mobilizing, preparing for World War III. They're not going to complain when, you got troops, you know, being placed strategically, globally, because even if they did know and actively pursued some of this type of information, they wouldn't care because they have their cheap food and entertainment. All right. Okay. And moving on here. So this is Second Esdras, chapter 1, verse 5. Go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, and they may tell their children's children. And ultimately, that's the time of prophecy that we're in right now, man. If you're checking this video out, that's the purpose of this video. It's to let you know that this type of shit in excess is not okay. Okay, this type of behavior in excess is going to lead to your own self-destruction. And if that's something that the Most High sets you to do, then there's nothing that anybody can do about it. However, just for the edification's sake, I wanted to bring this out because it's truly yapa to see the translation from these other failed kingdoms in Esau's history, like Rome, like Babylon, that all resulted in the same type of platform. And due to that, they all fell over hyperinflation, economic destabilization. All right, they spread their militaries too thin, and that's precisely what America is going to do in these end times and is doing currently. All right, and Esau's military is going to fail. So if you're checking this out, you want to bet your funds and your hope on the Most High, man. You want to bet your cards, you want to play your cards on the Most High. Get down with the truth and the law, man, and return to the law, statutes, and commandments. Show the people of the Lord, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those of you scattered Israelites among the world, looking like other nations, what you've done, man. You know, what's going on right now in the world. Okay, the type of behavior that is okay and what's not okay, and the balance and the beauty of the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods, man. All right, and that's why you have you know brothers and and I'm going to use Judah as an example because the 2/3 of the Judah and the Southern Kingdom in general are just so good at being unprofitable. You got brothers that they sacrifice under strange gods, man. They're content with their salary and their exhortation of their own image. This in itself is blasphemy. This is worshiping strange gods, man. It's right here. A brother would rather idolize something in this sense, you know, rather than get down with the ultimate and father of all spirits, man, the creator of all. All right. And there's much more that goes to this. It's not just professional sports and things of that nature. There's a lot of things that go, like I mentioned. In America, you can ultimately do whatever the hell you want to a degree. All right, and most of it is extremely unprofitable, man. But here you have the prime example of badass kids, man. It's a bunch of badass kids, man. You think they care about the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai? You know, all right. And then you have the counterparts of the 2/3 that aren't necessarily in this type of position in America. And what are they doing? They're out there committing adultery. Listening to this rap music. All right. They're out there, smoking weed, smoking in general. You know, this is idolism, man. This is idolism. Okay, this type of behavior is why Israel's in the place that we're in right now. Okay, and these people had no problem selling out Israel to be where they are, to be a part of the bread and circus, man. They forgot the Lord. The Lord hath blinded them. Second Ezra 2:35. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Okay, and that's not the case for these folks. I mean, the Lord's going to be dealing with 1/3, man, and if He wills it, and one of these brothers makes it, you know, then so be it. But you reap what you sow, man. And if you're pushing out this type of energy and you're prioritizing this type of behavior, then your ultimate result is going to be death, man. Okay. All right. So flee the shadow of this world, man. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. And that's what the brothers in GMS, starting with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, do without hesitation. Okay. Testifying that the Messiah's name is Yahweh Shai. Okay. Testifying that the Lord's name is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, not Jesus Christ. And that the biblical Israelites that were scattered amongst the world for disobedience to the commandments are waking up now. Okay. The work that was put into to provide the description of what those people would look like, or what those people would be doing, or the type of spirit that they would come in, you know, showing that the end times were near. Okay. So flee the shadow of the world. If you're watching this video and you're still trying to decide, what you should be doing, trying to debate whether or not you want to commit to bread and circus or make it in this false society, thinking that there's something in America for you or your family or your prospective family that you're thinking about working and going to school and some type of collegiate career for, then I urge you to reconsider that, man. And if the Lord's dealing with you, then He'll open your eyes to that. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. And that's what this is about, man. This is about time. This is the time of exhorting Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. This isn't the time to be idolizing yourself, man. This isn't the time to be worried about these constant distractions in America. All right, these repeat after repeat movies and TV shows full of nothing but wickedness and promoting self-destruction, man. Disenfranchising the family unit, ultimately providing the transgender movement with more fuel, the homosexual movement with more fuel, the pedophile movement with more fuel. Okay, this is furthering the New World Order agenda. Okay. 2 Peter 3:10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. And that's precisely what's going to happen because this place ultimately needs a cleansing. We all need that cleansing from the Lord because our spirits are exceedingly wicked. We have been polluted in this society where this type of stuff is going on. Okay, in America and in this culture in general, this image of the beast. All right, you got our women, with no self-respect. Okay, you got men being women. Okay, and vice versa. What is this? What does this accomplish, man? You know, our women, no self-respect. Just flossing their entire package for the whole world to see. All right, you know, brothers lining their hairs up, their hairlines up. It's a complete blasphemy towards the Levitical law. Okay, that this is going to catch you off guard, man. Pursuing this type of behavior, pursuing this type of belief that America is something that is, okay, you're gonna be burned up, man. Because guess what? The world is preparing for World War III, and the Lord is pouring His Spirit upon these nations to compile their forces to not only fight each other, but attempt to fight the Messiah and the Lord's angels, man, when He returns in the great multitude. All right, this World War III is ever more ready to kick off. Okay, these nations are not playing with each other right now. All right, and 2/3 of our people would rather be here and accept their fate, okay, than you know, returning to the true power, man, returning to the commandments and striving for the mastery of the truth, striving to promote the nation of Israel. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, that's what the Lord is requiring of you, man. Requiring that if you're a Hebrew Israelite, all right, based upon your nationality from your father, your patriarch, to return, man, and to open your mind up to studying the scriptures. Okay, receiving the doctrine, realizing that this world that we live in has done nothing but fed lies and blasphemies to the entire world, man. Has led the nations into their own self destruction. Has led the world into its own self destruction. And by world, I mean literally the animals. Okay, you got animals of all kinds shoring themselves, mass die-offs. You got earthquakes every day all over the world, which was prophesied to be a sign of that time. Okay, you got to look for this type of stuff, man, because Esau sure isn't going to give it to you. All right, and these other nations are getting prepared to slaughter you Israelites, man, to slaughter the men of the Lord. They're going to come after us, and they're for sure going to come after y'all. But brothers are content with this, you know. Brothers are content with this type of behavior. First Thessalonians 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, which means that not everybody's gonna know about it, man. Not everybody's gonna have the opportunity of a lifetime to return back to the Lord, man. So if you're getting called by the Lord and you're riding the fence, man, I highly encourage you, if it be the Lord's will, for you to ride, man. Okay? Because the thief is gonna come, being the Messiah, man. And he's gonna catch two-thirds of Israel fucking around, man. Playing around. Red handed. Just like a pops would catch his kid, or even better yet, a big brother catching his little brother doing some shit like this, man. When he has been told time and time and time again to not do this, and has been disciplined and disciplined and disciplined, and disciplined, and yet Israel still wants to do this. Okay. This is still us. This right here, it's a mental show now. It's called Bread and Circus, man. All right. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. So if the Lord's dealing with you, man, he's not going to subject you to nuclear fire, man. All right. He's not going to subject you to be destroyed in vain, I should say, because even some of the elect are going to have to fulfill that prophecy, man. All right. Ultimately, death is more than likely going to be inevitable for the almost the majority and entirety of the world. Okay, but there are going to be a chosen few, a multitude in the elect and the one third that are saved. Okay, from this. All right. So I encourage you to come out of the world and get your mind right and return to the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments, so you don't have to be a part of this unless He's already willed it for you, and that's your lot. Okay, because this is occurring. This is not waiting for you to figure your shit out. This has no discretion as far as what you think or want or feel. Okay, if you're stuck on that, you need to realize that it has nothing to do with us. This is the Most High show, man. And He's a great and vengeful and fearful power, man. Let's see if I can find this. Here we go. Hebrews 10 and 31. It is a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living God. You don't want to be this guy, man. You don't want to deal with this. Okay, you're going to be eternally shameful on the other side. And yes, two-thirds of Israel will return and be established in the kingdom in righteousness, but you don't want to be this guy. All right. And shit, this is the elect, man. Within this, all right, you're going to have a righteous brother, Ratazah is the man of GMS, encouraging, or I should say encourage, yeah, encourage too, but assisting the Lord fulfill his prophecy, man, and burning you wicked ass two-thirds up, as well as you other nations, man. Notice I don't even mention you other nations, because there's no escape for the world, the rest of the world. If you're not a son of the Most High or a daughter of the Most High, all right, then there's no hope for you. That's right, man. This truth is hitting the four corners, man. The elect might already be sealed, man. right. So with that, I hope that this video was edifying, and I want to say shalom.